Greetings and hallucinations, FAF Nation. Today I have a cast of a 2v2 game on Desert Planet. This is actually an extremely highly ranked game. Brainwashed and Luxie versus Blowdeer and Tiep. This should be a fantastic game. I guess we will find out whether I'm correct. On the north side, we have Brainwashed as UEF and Luxie as Seraphim. On the south side, we have Blowdeer going Cybrin and Tiep as Seraphim. All four players going first land. Second air for Tiep, it appears. Second air for Blowdeer. Second air for Luxie. And second air for Brainwashed. I am beginning to think that second air is an extremely popular build. We do have a scout out for Luxie. On the ball, as usual. Our favorite Frenchman leaping into action. T1 bomber out for Tiep. Although it has been scouted, so I'm not sure how successful it could possibly be. Apparently he has decided that any attempt would be a failure, so why not sit home and die? Epic Tank has killed less Epic Tank. Although now it is 2 versus 1, and he is running for his little life. Nope. Must deny. Run by. And failed. Double comm on the right-hand side. Brainwashed and Luxie pushing together. This could potentially turn into something interesting. Leaving the whole left-hand side open except for a handful of tanks from Brainwashed. Although Tiep has gotten extremely ambitious with his run-by, he is going for a 3-for-1 center, left, and right. Bomber out for Luxie, trying to lay down a little bit of cover fire. Center has failed, right is successful, and left is looking pretty hot too. But a pillar has arrived to save the day. Brainwash having a much lower unit count because he has jumped on this early T2 factory. Hopefully long run that will help him. Early though, that is going to give a lot of map control over to Tiep. He is going to expand and grab all of these mass extractors. If there's one thing you do not want to do, it is give a 2K player more eco. An oasis in the desert. This is an asymmetrical map, but it looks pretty balanced. I haven't seen an enormous amount of mass. There was some reclaim from rocks in the center, but it doesn't look like there was too awfully much. I would be interested to know whether these puddles are big enough to build a naval factory, because I get the feeling that Salem's on this map would be hilarious. Of course, I probably think that about every land map that has a little bit of water in it, but whatever. I am mistaken. That is a salt flat. This is a desert through and through. Ignore what I say because I have no idea what I'm talking about. T2 air and gunships out for Luxie. Gonna clean up some of these units in the center, snipe off the radar, and move in to greener pastures. There is 0 AA up on Tiep's side, but he has rushed a couple of T1 anti-air. Gonna try to chase those away. Overwhelming air control from the northern team. Bloater has pushed some flak out, as well as Tiep managed to chase away those gunships, although now there is AA all over the map. Brainwashed has gotten pillars by Tiep. This is going to be catastrophic. There's quite a handful of pillars. And a push on the right hand side along with an engineer drop coming across the bottom. Since they do have total air control, gunships in, trying to get a snipe off on Luxie, managing to kill off all of the point defense. Just enough interceptors and a flak from Bloater managed to take out all of the gunships. That has denied Brainwash this section. Drop has failed. It killed one mech, and these pillars are not doing so well. It looks like they took a good bit of T1 artillery fire when they were first coming out, and then of course the Ilshevas coming out can protect the base pretty well. More gunships coming around the bottom side. I don't think these are going to be as effective. There are a lot of interceptors out on Bloater's turf. Luxie coming back down south to cover. I think Brainwashed has mistaken pillars for Mantis because he is trying to run circles around Ilshevas and is actually being pretty successful at it. I think more people should try this. Flak disturbingly powerful against T2 gunships. Going to do a pretty good job of denying that incursion. Tiep has gun and T2 on his ACU. He is pushing back the pillars finally. Ilsheva is going to come back and clean these up. I hope. Yes. And he is going to push onward and forward and northwards. Ever more interceptors coming for Luxie. He does have a tier 2 air factory as before mentioned, but as I'm sure most of you know, fighter bombers are hilariously bad at fighting other air. Pushing interceptors for every faction but Aeon is necessary until you get T3 air. These two pillars back here just chilling out. 2 kills apiece. Life is good. Sunning out in the desert. The red Guncom descending on Brainwash base. Although he had better be careful. Pretty good sized group of fighter bombers and a handful of gunships are out and about from Luxie, although there are some mobile flak in that mix. So I think he will be able to protect himself. He has lost most of his Ilshevas though, so he is going to get pushed back. Right now the eco advantage is firmly in the hands of Luxie. He is pulling 74 mass. Brainwashed, unfortunately, does not have the map control and has been rated more. He is down on 33, so overall, as a team, the eco lies with the South. Of course, more eco equals more tanks, which equals more problems for the northern team. It is too bad that Brainwash ran out of units on this push down the center, because if he had had just a few more tanks, he could have completely rolled Tiep's base. The one advantage that the northern team still has going for them is air control. They will need to press that to the fullest extent. There are loyalists. T3 land factory up for Bloater, throwing out all the loyalists he can muster. There looks like about 11 on the field so far. They're going to push right up through the center. Nothing that Luxie has can stop them. I believe that the extra map control and the extra eco has done it for the southern team. Tiep has caught up to Luxie in mass production. Only 2 behind now. And takes the lead. Luxie losing a T2 mechs to these loyalists. Loyalists running up the left-hand side as well. Absolutely wrecking the base. A group of pillars and a couple of T2 point defense are going to be able to knock one of them out. But there are backup units from Tiep. The army of Ilshivas must march on. Unfortunately, Brainwash got in the way and must be trampled. Things do not look good for the northern team. Not good at all. For a while there, they had everything going their way, and now it is all crashing down around them. T2 transport out for Brainwash, jumping in with his ACU. Another T2 transport for Luxie. I imagine both of these guys have gun upgrades, probably shield on Brainwash comms. I did not see initially. Calling for E-storage, double comm drop, and a gunship rush. Going to try to get a snipe. If they can manage to kill one of these guys, they might still have a chance. This is looking hopeful. There is a brick out. If someone can overcharge it. Oh, I don't know. There goes the energy storage. No more overcharge. ACU staying out of reach. Loads of point defense going up. There is a TAC missile, but there are TMD in the way. That is going to be it for Luxie, I think. Boom. In comes Brainwashed. Unfortunately, I think he will meet the same fate. Suiciding into the base. And game over. Southern team pulled it back from a pretty hard hit early on in the game. Giving up this map control, that shows you the disadvantages as opposed to the advantages of that early T2. When you lose map control, you lose eco, and in the end, eco determines everything. Good game to all the players, and thanks for watching, guys.